everyone, it's Miss Kelly from the Wakanda Area Library to show you what we're doing with this month's Art to Go. Since it's almost the end of the summer, I thought it'd be fun for you guys to catch just one more fish before we're done. So this month we're going to be making a fish and a fishing pole. So in your kit you're going to find some fishing line, paper tube, a cardboard paper tube, and then a little wooden dowel, some pipe cleaner, a couple of eyes, and a bottle cap. What you'll need from home is either, if you have some markers or crayons or paint, whatever you have to paint your fish, a pair of scissors and some glue, and that's it. So we'll start by taking our paper tube and squishing him flat, as flat as you can, all the way. Okay. Next we're gonna need to make a cut with our scissors. And if you want, you can take a pencil and do this. This might be a little bit helpful to have a grown-up help doing the cutting here because it is kind of thick to cut through. So you're gonna make a little line like that and then kind of a curved line like that. It does not need to be perfect. Just try and make sure that they line up this way. So you can kind of go like that, all right? And then you're gonna do the same thing over here. You're gonna make a little line like this, all right? And you're gonna make a little line like this. Oops. I want them to kind of line up, same thing. Kind of just line them up so they make the same. Okay. All right, you're gonna take your scissors and on one end you're gonna cut on that curved line you made here. All right, this is going to be your fish's mouth. That's gonna be his face right there. So if you think it needs a little bit more of a curve, you can cut it till it's more curved if you want. And in the back, we're gonna cut on this curved line like this, just to there and stop, okay? Same thing on this side, you're just gonna curve in and stop, right? Now at this point, you can use whatever medium you have to color and design your fish. You can use markers if you want. I've got some markers right here. Let's see how these will go. Oops. So maybe make some lines here. This is gonna be his tail end, so I'm gonna make some lines on his tail. One, okay, and then maybe some stripes this way. Take your time and make this beautiful. I've got one that I had some paints, so I painted one, but you could do it any way you want. This is your time to make it creative and be as fun as you want and make it any special way you want. Make my fish have a little smile there. And then you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. All right. Now, however you do your fish, if it needs to dry or whatever, let it dry. When it gets to this point, you can add its eye. So take a little dab on there and put the eye on. Okay, and then you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. And then when you get it totally done, remember those little cuts we made up here? You're going to push that cut down like that, push it in, and then kind of squeeze it. And you get a little fish's tail. So push that cut down like that and squeeze it, and you've got his little tail. All right, so there you go. You want to keep them flat, so flatten them out a little bit if you can, okay? There you go. You want a little puffiness so he has some body to him. But you can then repeat the same thing on the other side. I've got one here that I did earlier. He's all done, a little blue fish. Okay, we're gonna set our fish to the side and then we're gonna work on our fishing pole right now. So for our fishing pole, we are going to take our string and our fishing line and run it all the way out. Okay, so the first thing I did is I tied it onto my hook. So you're gonna tie this on here. Just a little small couple knots should do fine. So I think that in order not to have your fish too far away from the pole, I think that you need to cut a little bit off the end of it, otherwise it makes too long of a hook. So I'm gonna cut it off a little bit. And then I'm gonna curve the end. And there you've got your fish hook, right there like that. All right, and then I'm going to measure so it's about halfway down the pole, and then I'm gonna take the end of my fishing pole and I put a little glue on your fishing pole. And then you're gonna take the long end and you're gonna wrap it around there. Right through that glue. It's gonna help hold it in place and kind of give it a little squeeze. All right. Now this works just fine with regular glue, but because I don't have time to let it dry as fast as I should here, I'm gonna just use a little hot glue to show you guys. But you're gonna take a little dab of glue, and you're gonna take that cap, and that's gonna become the reel for your fishing rod. I'm gonna use, like I said, I'm gonna use a little hot glue. If you want it, look to have your grown up do a little hot glue on there, you can. But just for speed's sake, I'm gonna use a little hot glue. And I did it about 2 inches up from the bottom is where the reel is gonna go. Okay, and once that's on there, you're gonna take the rest of your fishing line and you're gonna wrap it around there. You know, I think I need another little dot of glue on there. It's a little loose. Let's stand there better. Let's hold that on. So if you're using regular glue, just set this on there and give it a couple minutes to completely dry before you put your fishing line around your reel. I'm gonna hold that still. All right, now this is definitely a part where you could definitely use some help. You're gonna take this and carefully wrap it around. So it's starting to look like a fishing reel. Just however much you have. And use it all the way to the end. We're gonna wrap it all the way around. And you take that little end piece, and if you want at that point, you can put a tiny little dab of glue on there to hold it in place. All right. So there's your fishing pole, and here is your hook. And sadly for your fish, our next spot is we're gonna glue him on right like that. Again, I'm gonna use hot glue just so it'll glue quickly, but you guys can go ahead and use regular glue. It'll work just fine. I'm using one of my little eyes. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze it on there. I'm just pinching it right here on the end because I still like it so the fish has a little bit of his body. Oh, his eye's not all the way glued down. Let me get a little dab of glue for that too. A little dab on there. There you go. And there he is. There's your fish on the line. All right, I hope you guys have fun. Send me some pictures of how your project came out, and I'll see you next month. Bye now.